Hello everyone, Philopater here, and welcome to this tropical oasis for another battle in the DEI tournament hosted by my friend Imperator Romanorum. Today's players are Sir Patrick O'Brien playing Pontus, and myself playing as Carthage. That's right everyone, I'm actually in the tournament. This is my first battle against Sir Patrick, basically round one. I haven't actually played a whole lot of DEI, obviously I've been doing the campaign, but I don't know anything about which units are better than which. Should I bring all elite units? Should I try and bring a good mix of lesser units? Should I bring archers? Should I bring peltists? So this is going to be a learning experience, both for me and for you watching it. So let's see. I have, for my army, let's get the names up here. I have four of these Parasim Asilium, the Carthaginian noble cavalry. I have 4 Libyan peltists, the Libim Kidimim. Libyan peltists, we'll go with that. Obviously, I wonder if this is, say, an Algerian or a modern Libyan language that they're getting the names from. If they try to recreate a Punic language as best we get it, I'm not exactly sure. I have my general is in a Carthaginian general's bodyguard, a very strong unit for a very low price. And then infantry-wise, I have 4 Hanatim Libim, the Libyan hoplites. I'm sorry, these are 2 Hanatim Libim, and then there are 4 Flangim Libim. That's 4 Libyan pikemen. And then I have 4 of these Olufim, the elite Libyan Phoenician infantry. And then lastly, I had some money left over, so 1 late Libyan infantry. Now you may have noticed at the beginning, I did not see it, there is actually a skirmisher cav running around behind me. He's going to come back later and we'll see him when he gets there. Anyways, from what we can see of the Pontic army, we have the general is in a Pontic cavalry, I think. Maybe? I thought he wasn't. Nonetheless, there are 3 units of these Ponticoi Hippies, Pontic cavalry. There are some Chloritroi Phalangitae, that is Greek pikemen. There are a number of Ponticoi Ebatoi Toxitai, or Toxitai? I don't know if you actually pronounce the X or not. The important thing is these are Pontic marine archers. We have some Thoracitai Hoplitae, or Pontic thorax hoplites. You'll see right off the bat I'm using my cavalry to scout out this hill. Very nice that my opponent did not decide to hill camp, but I'm going to at least want to get some units up on the hill to get flanking movers off later. And let's see, I'm not done though with the Pontic army. We have... what else do we have? There are a whole bunch of swordsmen. Here we are. The Ponticoi Epilecatoi Thorac... oh, and I lost it. These are Pontic elite thorax swordsmen. Thoracitai? Yeah, Thoracitai. That's what I get for trying to speak languages I don't know. Here we are. Here are the skirmisher cav. These are kind of funny. What's the name of these? Paphlagonian? Yeah, Paphlagonian. Basically skirmisher cavalry. It looked like he was trying to charge my cavalry in the rear. Not going to let that happen. Unfortunately, these guys are really fast, and so they get out of the way. Yep, I'm going to be taking quite a bit of damage trying to chase them away. And after a few seconds of this, I'm going to realize it's stupid and just turn around to engage these hippies. There's the general. So the general is in fact in a Pontic thorax swordsman. So anyways, so we have a nice mix of pike units, sword units, missile units. Everybody's just starting to square up, try and take a look, see who's who. It's the best angle to look at this from. There? Yeah, that might be it. Yeah. So bringing my cavalry back, bringing back to the safety of my own lines. I know this skirmisher cavalry is going to be a problem later in the battle, actually. Oh, I'm sorry. This was one of my reserve cavalry that I'm bringing over to help deal with these hippies. Maybe? Nope, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I still have 2 cavalry on my right flank, 2 cavalry on my left flank, and it looks like... yep, just bringing my cavalry a little bit closer to my lines. In a perfect world, I want to use these Libyan hoplites to help stop some of the Pontic cavalry. Just give me that little bit of an edge in the cavalry fight. Looks like my cavalry was going for it, but nope. Way too close to the infantry, and so I'm going to pull back. Although he's being very smart, Patrick is being very smart, bringing his cavalry up to chase away my peltasts. Peltasts are taking a lot of damage from the marine archers. On the other hand, am I going to get some javelins off? Maybe. Aloofim. Such a funny word. See the cavalry coming in, and so I'm going to try and brace as best I can. Not the best bracing in the world, but we're also not going to lose any men off the charge. 1 man, 2, yeah, only lost 2 men. So, reforming my lines, trying to keep my missiles as safe as possible. Meanwhile, getting my cavalry all the way around. There we are. I've given up chasing the skirmisher cav, and I'm bringing my cavalry around the right flank. Yeah. I'm going to probably need this. And so now here comes another cavalry fight. I'm going to manage to get... It looks like... maybe I'm going to get in the hippies? It's going to be close. I'll get a couple of them. But I still have to deal with the infantry that's coming to fight. There we are. Noble Cavalry is going to do a really nice job going up against the Hippies. Charge bonus in this game is huge. However, Patrick O'Brien is bringing in his general to reinforce. So even though my cavalry... Here's a much better example. Oh no! Damn it, they didn't charge. Drat. I don't know if either of them got the good charge off. Let's see what's going on over here. Here's a good engagement, I think. Maybe? Oh, good grief. I'm just losing cavalry charges all over the place. Anyways, here comes the skirmisher cavalry. I think I'm just going to chase them away with my general. Or these... I'm going to chase them away with something. In the meanwhile, armies are just squaring up. Patrick does actually have this little bit of a hill advantage. But I have all of my missiles shooting at his pikemen. Whereas I think... Let's see... It looks like he has all of his missiles shooting at this one unit of peltasts. And the peltasts, with their nice shields, they're going to be able to take a lot of fire before they die off. Granted, these pikemen are also going to take a lot of fire, it looks like. Looks like I have abandoned my peltasts to their fate. I'm just going to let them take this skirmish cav from head-on. Cavalry fight is not... It's not going in my favor, but I'm also not losing it either. These hippies are going to lose eventually to my noble cavalry, but obviously the general's reinforcing. That's a huge problem. Meanwhile, infantry fight going on infantry. I'm bringing up some additional swords to reinforce. Trying to get my general around, do as much damage as I can. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. So yeah, a nice rear charge into the back of the Pontic cavalry. They're going to take quite a beating from that. Alright, skirmisher cavalry has decided to go for my moving infantry. Wasn't paying attention. I'm going to let them get charged from the rear. Pretty stupid. But you're also going to notice they don't lose a whole lot of men. Pikemen, thanks to my peltast fire, pikemen are starting to waver. Again, my men are fighting uphill, so kind of stupid. I should have left them back a little bit. But you get the idea. Peltasts are now going to try and stop skirmisher cav. They only have 16 kills. It's not worth it at all. But, yep. He's not going to get a charge off. I need to keep the back of my own pikemen safe. Going to have my noble cavalry. I'm actually going to charge... Let's see. Alright, we're charging this unit of swordsmen. And hopefully... yeah, looks like I'm going to get some archers as well for my troubles. So, really good on my part. General is now coming in. I'm going to go straight through and get a rear charge off on these pikemen. My own pikes are not doing these units were attacked from the rear. Not doing very well. As I mentioned in the previous video with AC Maiden, pikemen attacked from the rear are extremely fragile and they don't like it. So my general is now into the fight, already up to 60 kills. Yep, I'm able to rally my forces. There's a second wind. You get the idea. Keep them just a little bit happier. But now, being attacked in the rear, his pikemen are wavering, and I don't remember if they rout or not. It's going to be close. And even if they don't, I'm going to get in and just kill them off, just to be safe. However, I also have to watch out for these thorax hoplites. Yep, and so we're going to do a quick charge against the pikemen. I think I may have tried to pull my cavalry through my own men, but it's not going to work. And so I'm actually going to pull my cavalry out in this direction. There's just a little bit of an opening right there. And I'm able to get my cavalry out. So yeah. And plus, the pikemen are routed anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Meanwhile, these elite thorax swords are getting routed from being charged in behind. I've disengaged these Pontic cavalry. I know my own cavalry can be useful otherwise. So it looks like, oh, my general's getting stuck. But I'm going to have cavalry come in and go after these hoplites while they're not exactly braced. Alright, so all the Greek pikemen is now routed off the field. Cavalry fight was fairly inconclusive. I've been able to save one unit of noble cavalry. He was able to save one unit of Pontic hippies. And I think, there we go, I'm going to get a nice charge off on the cavalry. Rout this last unit from the field. Come on, charge, you sons of guns. There we go. This will be a nice charge. Even if the sun isn't cooperating. Very nice. That unit's going to shatter. However, I'm starting to use my Libyan hoplites. Obviously, going up against elite thorax swords, the Libyan hoplites are not going to survive. On the other hand, the two of us are trying to outmaneuver each other to try and get off javelin volleys. Say, these Libyan infantry. I think they're going to throw javelins. They might not be close enough. Oh, nope, they're just going to charge. There come the javelins. But he's going to countercharge. So, just basically maneuvering around each other, trying to survive as best we can. These Libyan hoplites, I should have put them in phalanx mode, but I didn't. The point is, they're holding out for an incredibly long time against the thorax swordsmen. The thorax swords not getting their money's worth. I think... I didn't charge the general? No, I didn't charge the general, but he also didn't charge me. This is just a weird little thing with the two of them going back and forth. Side battle, really. My cavalry and my peltists desperately trying to keep the archers away from the fight. This is the main engagement. If I can win in the middle, I can then reinforce from the right and beat him. Trying to use my cavalry where effective. It looks like I have a unit of Libyans. Nope, I just didn't notice them. Too busy spamming attack orders, trying to get these archers off the field. More pikemen just kind of standing around. However, we now have a unit of thorax hoplites trapped between peltists and pikemen. If only my pikemen would push forward just a little bit more. And this is cool. Look, the Pontic hoplites have that scale armor. Very nice. So let's see. All the archers have been... these guys might actually come back from routing. So yeah, all the archers have been routed from the field for the most part. I'm losing some of my cavalry just from stupid decisions. Desperately trying to keep them alive, and nope, not going to happen. On the other hand, I finally realized that my men have been fighting uphill this entire time, and so I'm just going to pull them back. Even if they are going to take some javelins from the rear. It's not worth it to try and fight uphill and lose. Thorax hoplites have been routed. My cavalry tried to get a charge off against the other thorax hoplites. Not the best in the world. And they're going to try and get through and get a charge off on the swordsman. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. General is still alive. That's the important part here. My general is alive, able to keep the men happy. I don't know why I gave him the second wind ability instead of the rally or defensive ability. That was just stupid on my part. My other unit of cavalry still is trying to fight these thorax hoplites. Stupid on my part. I should have pulled them as far away as I could. Didn't notice, but I'm starting to get surrounds off on the elite thorax, the elite Pontic swordsmen, but they've also routed 2 of my Libby Phoenician infantry. In case you were wondering, the Libby Phoenicians were, for lack of a better term, a mulatto class in the Carthaginian society. Hoplites going against pikemen head-on, very bad idea for my opponent. They're going to get surrounded and killed. General is still alive. My general is up to, what are we up to? 281 kills. Very good for such a cheap unit. Anyways, in Carthaginian society, only pure Punic individuals could be citizens. The Libyans that the Carthaginians conquered, they didn't even get representation at all. They were good for slaves or for cannon fodder in the army. On the other hand, these Libby Phoenician infantry, again, very similar to mulattoes. And I know the term is offensive to some people, but they're mixed race, essentially. So, for example, a Phoenician who fathered children with either a Libyan, either he married a Libyan or fathered children with his slaves. These were second-class citizens in that they had Punic blood, but they didn't really get citizenship. Looks like, yep, winning in the center. This is excellent. Pikeman, he's finally going to notice he doesn't want to fight pikemen from the front, and he's going to pull away. Anyways, back to the history lesson. So the Libby Phoenicians, as second-class citizens, they had special rights, and they would form an elite corps of an army. But in the end, they weren't true citizens. Unfortunately, a lot of the records for Carthage have been lost. Stupid Romans. We either have records from either the Greeks, who hated the Romans, or who hated the Carthaginians, and a couple of small fragments written on tombs. Unfortunately, the Punic language is also kind of fragmentary. It's not a complex language like, say, Latin was. Not a very romantic or poetic language. Let's just watch these Thorax Hoplites get killed. And then we'll see how the battle continues. Is that it? Is that it? They've given up? Yep, they've given up, and I'm going to just use my cavalry to clean them off the field. I think it looks like... I'm trying to remember if this unit of 40 strong cavalry is the same unit that was over here. And I don't think so? No, it couldn't have been. Such a bad host. However, at this point, we have 4 elite infantry going up against a weakened, but still very effective, of my entire army. Yeah, this may be a glitch. These guys may have routed by this point. Pretty sure these guys have routed. So we'll see how much happens. And it's at this point I decide I'm going to try and let my men rest, but then I notice that his men are exhausted, whereas my men are mostly fresh, and so I'm just going to go for it while I have the advantage. Yeah, this cavalry unit routed a long time ago. These spear troops may have routed as well. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so tiny little glitches here and there. Hopefully it's not that big a deal. But just using my general to make sure these Thorax Hoplites stay away from the battle. I'm also able to save my my Libyan swordsmen. And it looks like... yeah, there are a few glitches here and there. This unit of swords had been previously routed. There were only 3 units of infantry, hence why he's only moving 3 of them. But unless my general runs into... oh, no, get out of there, general. Shoot. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. We're just going to leave that fight alone. Yep, and they just go back to standing there. So that was a little glitch. It shouldn't affect the rest of the battle too much. And it looks like whatever these guys have routed off the field. Or if they haven't routed, then they're all dead. Where did they go? They may have just died. So silly to see the occasional dying animation just pop up 20 minutes later. Where did they go? Seriously. No, maybe they just disappeared. It's magic. Unless they're hiding. Could be that they're just hiding. Oh well. Anyways, what was I saying? So now it's simply a matter of surrounding the enemy and beating him. And obviously Patrick is not going to give up. Okay, there they are. They were just hiding. You of course will want to remember that I also have some units of pikemen. And not the best engagement here, that so many of my men are off in the distance. But I still have 2 units of pikemen who need to be facing a better direction. I'm sorry, 3 units of pikemen who, by themselves, could probably win if they got frontal engagement. And again, all of his men being very tired, many of my men being fresh, definitely going to work in my favor. And now it's simply a matter of watching some killing animations. See if we can find some troops who are in the sunlight. Sorry if the units don't look as good as they normally do. I have lowered the graphics on my computer just by a little bit, as DEI takes up a lot of memory. So it looks like... Yep. Nope. Thorax Swords and Libby Phoenicians still going at it. For goodness sakes. Yeah, being fresh is definitely helping me out by a lot. And here comes the general. I see the Thorax Swords are moving, and so I'm going to get a nice charge off on them. They're not going to be very happy. My own Libyan infantry has failed me. But pikemen are now coming in. They're going to be able to save the peltists, I think. I don't actually remember. Well, we're about to find out. We've only got 15 seconds left. I'll let you guys guess as to who wins. Surprise! It's me. In the original battle, I think everybody routed, but let's take a quick look at the statistics. So, 2 of my noble cavalry not doing so well, 1 of them doing okay, but in reality it was these 2 units that saved the day, killed off my own general, especially killed off a lot of the enemy men. The peltists didn't get a whole lot of kills off with their missiles, but they were able to get a lot of kills in melee. This is why I'm thinking peltists are going to be a lot better than archers in this mod, even though some of these archers did extremely well. My swordsmen, kind of a mixed bag. Pikemen, kind of a mixed bag. My hoplites, these guys, holding out great against whatever they were fighting. But in the end, yeah, I think it was just better use of my cavalry getting the rear charges off. And see, it looks like his swordsmen, for the most part, did a lot better than mine. But it was getting these rear charges off and these high kills with the swordsmen. Definitely having a cheap, powerful cavalry unit in my general that helped me to win the day. Now, this is actually the only battle between the 2 of us. Sir Patrick decided he did not want to play for the best of 3, so this is the only one of us. I get to move on to the second round. Great game to my opponent. I certainly enjoyed playing with you. Maybe we'll see each other again in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle and all the tournament replays so far, and I'll see you in the next one.